Okay, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Here's my thinking behind tonight's coffee slash water slash tea chat that we're having is we have so many educational, maybe a little bit serious, kind of deep calls, and I sometimes just want to hang out with you guys and share and be together and have fun and build community. So anyway, every once in a while, we'll just do a fun hangout. So tonight, I'm going to share some announcements that are happening since it's the first of the month. Then we're going to share celebrations. Then we'll do a little show and tell. If you have a favorite Young Living product these days that you want to just tell a story about, if you're doing March Madness and you tell a story with this, I think it could count. Like if you take a picture of our Zoom call and you tell a story tonight, you can post that in the thread and count it as a March Madness story. And then I have a YL trivia at the end if we have time for it. So anyway, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay, well, let's get the announcements and stuff out of the way, and then we'll move into some of the super fun stuff. Hopefully you've seen the Young Living promos this month. There is a 400 PV level with that amethyst roller, some oils in there that I don't have. I don't think I have the Idaho Grand Fir. So I'm excited about everything that comes in there. And if you get all the promos, it's $244 worth of free stuff, which is pretty incredible. Make sure you saw that. Also, I sent out a YouTube link where I did a 5-minute message yesterday, and I posted it in Believe Team. Would love for everybody to watch those. That's going to be the main way that I share what I know about what's going on each month, and also some info about how to use the promos. So make sure you watch that, share it with your team members. It's for all of us. The Life Steps app, download it. Who has the Life Steps app? Either free or pro. You have some version of Life Steps app. Look at you all. Amazing. I'm preaching to the choir here. Okay, good deal. Well, get your teams on the Life Steps app. That's the next challenge. We are going to do a Zoom. It's probably during the day on a weekday, sometime later this month, with another couple of Crossline teams to talk about how to use the Life Steps app and specifically how to use it for a business. And we'll record it if you can't make it live, but that's going to be a big focus coming up. The new bundles and the new Haven diffuser kit, pretty awesome. So hopefully you saw that all being announced yesterday. Really good options for people. March Madness. Who all here is doing March Madness in Oily Gurus Worldwide? See some hands. Yep, awesome. Very, very cool. It is, wait a second, who's this? Oh, Roger has his hand up too. Cool. It's really simple this year, just telling stories and enrolling friends. And I like the simplicity of it. Silverbound, did you all see anything? I've not been on Facebook much, but Silverbound is being updated. Y'all seen that coming out? Okay. Of course, someone decides to vacuum right now in our house. Hope that doesn't come through. I can't be mad at him for vacuuming, y'all. But really? Okay. Moving on. Silverbound, we'll talk about it more as we go through the month, but they've updated it and you can earn extra cash bonuses for reaching different ranks, and it starts on April 1st. So we got some time to talk about it. And then the Zoom schedule for this month, I'm really excited about it. So we're talking in my Tip Tuesdays on Project Broadcast, we're talking a lot about thieves and spring cleaning. So next week it is 10 uses, and I want these to be fun uses that you all use your thieves cleaner for. So if you have a fun, maybe different way that you use your thieves cleaner, that's what next week is about. And then the week after that, you guys remember Hannah Hodges? Some of you do. She was really working the business until her baby came along. And Suzanne says dusting does not count. That's not fun. You're right. So she is going to share her personal testimony about how she got rid of chemicals in her home as part of her fertility journey. And that's going to be a really good one to have people on. And then the next week, we've got our holistic nurse practitioner, Erica Swinney, is coming back to talk about thyroid health. And we'll plug some Young Living tips into that as well. So that's one that a lot of people are going to want. And then the last week of the month, my brother, who's a financial advisor and has been self-employed as an entrepreneur, is going to share a presentation about what to do when motivation fails you, which is basically how do you keep going when you don't feel like keeping on going. That's going to be a business focus. I really am excited about the Zoom calls this month. So hope you make it every Tuesday night. Okay, enough of me talking. Let's share some celebrations. This is when you can unmute yourself and share what is good, what are you celebrating, either in life in general or in your Young Living business or personal development. Let's celebrate some stuff. Anybody have anything? Suzanne.
I'm celebrating it's warm enough for the dog and I to go for a walk, and I don't have to worry about snow and sleet and all that kind of stuff. Slick. It's a little hazardous with a cane, but we're back at it again.
Yes, that just changes everything when we can get outside and it's warmer, and that's a happy season. Yep. Very good. Cool celebration. Who else? Lisa.
I'm not celebrating just yet, but in the next week or two, I'll be having a new grandbaby. So I'm celebrating already. I'm just anxious. I'm waiting for, she's due Friday.
Okay. So. She having any signs of things moving along?
She'll probably be overdue. I was 2 weeks overdue with all of mine.
Wow.
She's so much like me. It's not even funny.
So get the stress away out for the next couple of weeks, right? You're gonna be watching your phone every second.
Yes, and I can't go to the hospital. They're not allowing anybody but the husband in. So, but she said they've got it like a window. They're on the lower floor, and the nurse or the doctor, midwife, whatever, told her that they've been letting the new parents show the baby through the window. And I said, that's awesome. She said, no, that's not awesome. I want you in there. And I said, it's better than nothing.
Right.
So,
oh, that is really the pits.
bummer.
But
Yes.
yeah, it is. But I know you'll be as close as you can be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Anybody else? What you celebrating today? Jeannie.
I'm celebrating being able to take care of myself personally now.
After you broke your arm.
Yes,
Yep.
I can do the little things that I couldn't do before, like get dressed.
That's a big deal. That's worth celebrating for sure. Good. I'm glad you've recovered so well. What else are we celebrating? I'm celebrating that we've got 10 or 11 people in our March runners thread that are saying they want to work 2 hours a week on their business and really focus in on that. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I sense a lot of momentum that's going to happen in that group. Anybody else? Anything good happening in your world? Well, we're all here, so that's something that I'm going to celebrate. Okay, let's move into some show and tell. So this is when you can show and tell anything that is in your life right now that you're excited about. Bonus points if it's Young Living related, but it doesn't have to be, in case you just want to tell us something that is happening. So I'll go first and then y'all can just jump in. My new favorite product is the Pure Protein Complete. I don't know, you can see these are big bags, y'all, like double the size of my head. This is chocolate and this is vanilla. So I have decided it's time to, I want to lose 25 pounds by the time I turn 40 this summer. So I'm on a mission and counting calories, I'm walking, I'm drinking about a gallon of water a day. And most days, I'd say 50 to 75% of the days, I am replacing one of my meals with one of these. And I've lost 7 pounds in about 2.5 or 3 weeks. So that's something else I'm celebrating. Yeah, so these are really, really, really yummy. like, you know how sometimes you have meal replacement shakes and you're like, oh, I gotta drink one of those again. I actually look forward to these. I'll do them with almond milk or a banana. Sometimes I'll do it with coffee and chocolate. That's kind of yummy, or put a peppermint oil in it. The vanilla one I'll mix with bananas and strawberries and almond milk. So anyway, they each serving is 2 scoops, and it has 25 grams of protein, which is half of your daily allowance for protein. That's an area where I need to eat more anyway. And it has way more than 100% of your zinc, of your B12, 500% of biotin. I mean, it has a ton of vitamins and minerals in it, and it's all good stuff for you. So it's a little bit pricey when you go to check out. I think it's 60 some, I don't remember. It's a lot, but it lasts a long time. My son is drinking a peanut butter and chocolate smoothie every morning, like 800 calories. But he loves it, and then he's full until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So anyway, the whole family's using it, and we are loving it. So there's my show and tell for today. All the good things. Okay, anybody have any questions about that, or you want to share your own?
I'm glad to see that. I was looking for I've been using a protein from a different company, and I didn't realize we had that. So I'm glad you shared that.
Yes, it's been a real lifesaver for us. And I think there are probably a lot of people out there who do use protein powders in drinks and don't know that Young Living has it, and it's such high quality. You can get it on ER. So good deal.
Which meal are you replacing?
It depends. Like if I know we're going out in the evening, I'll replace lunch. Or if I'm having a higher calorie meal for the boys for supper, I'll replace that, and I'll eat lunch instead. So it's either lunch or dinner every day that I'm replacing. So, and depending on what I put in it, it's either like the lowest calorie is around 200 calories for a meal, which is not much, but it can go up to 350 depending on if I put extra fruits and stuff in it. So it's been a good option. Okay, somebody else, show and tell.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Okay, so y'all know my favorite oil is Stress Away, but I'm not going to talk about Stress Away tonight. I'm going to talk about Alkaline. Has anybody used Alkaline? Oh,
I've used the packets. Is it Alkaline or Allerzyme? Oh, it's the same.
Alkaline. So there's a little packet. So you can carry these with you. Love it. I take them with me every day. For some unknown reason, something I eat apparently gives me acid indigestion. So I call it my plop plop fizz fizz. We all know what that does. And it's almost just exactly like that. So it's kind of but it does have a good taste. It's a lemon lime taste. It doesn't taste bad, and you don't have to drink the sediment at the end, but boy, it sure takes care of that. Whatever you get here in your chest, acid indigestion or whatever. That's what I was just drinking because I don't know what I ate for supper whatever. But anyway, I really like that. So if y'all haven't tried that, if you have acid indigestion, this is the stuff. It's great. Or get the packets, little travel packets.
Okay, I have some questions. Do you mix it with water typically?
Yes. And I don't use a whole glass. This is I don't know, 8-ounce glass probably. Because I don't really want to drink that much of it. So I might do a half a glass of water.
Okay.
And it'll fizz all the way up to the top, and you think it's gonna go over, but it doesn't. But it really doesn't taste bad.
Does it help you pretty quickly?
Yes. Yeah.
And can you tell a difference, or do you have a preference between the powder that you scoop or the individual packets?
I can't tell a difference.
Okay.
Lisa, you're shaking your head. Do you see a difference?
I like the packets because they're just so handy. You don't have to,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like the packets.
Yeah.
I don't use it very often, but when you need it and you got it, it's like a godsend.
Melody, it's Alkaline is what it is. And it's like the Alka-Seltzer, except for, of course, it all has good stuff in it. I'm assuming. You see how we pay attention. It's Young Living. It's got to be good.
I think it has some oils in it too. Go ahead, Becky.
Were you medicated for acid reflux or indigestion or anything before you started taking alkaline? Because I'm medicated for GERD, and I'm wondering if I can switch my medication for that.
No, I've never taken any medication. I've done Tums, Rolaids, and Alka-Seltzer, but I've never done anything else but those things. But if I can do this, I do this over the other. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't take any medications for that. So not yet, thank God. Hopefully this and our oils will take care of that.
Some have been able to get off those particular medications with those. So yeah, it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, Suzanne?
Does it have peppermint in it, Susan?
Do you know if it has peppermint in it?
No, it's lemon and lime. Yeah, lemon. Says lemon, lemon peel, lemon fruit powder, and lime peel. So it's a lemon lime taste.
I have heard some people talk about when they're having that burning sensation right here, they will take lemon oil and rub it here and even underneath the tongue, and it helps settle it. So it's not one we usually think about for digestive upset, but it works.
I really like this, and it does work fast, I think.
Very cool. Well, thanks for sharing, Susan. That's so cool. Okay, who has another show and tell? Melody is holding up Progessence Plus. Anybody here? Anybody else do Progessence Plus? A couple of us. Okay, Melody, tell us what it is and why you like it.
I like it because if my moods go down, my dogs run to Kathy. And they're supposed to be my cuddle dog.
So Progessence Plus keeps the dogs close.
Yes.
There you go. Do you use it every day?
I use it at least one time a day.
Okay. Cool.
There are times when I can feel the anger and my mood's starting to rage. I'll just grab the Progessence Plus and the Valor and the White Angelica, and I just smother myself.
That's your good vibes concoction.
Yes.
I love it. So for those of you who don't know, Progessence Plus is just like a natural progessence supplement or serum that you can use, and a lot of us swear by it, and our families do as well. They want us to have it.
I had a hysterectomy at age 25, and then the ovaries removed at 45, and I'm 58.
Time for some support, right?
Oh, past time.
Catherine's asking, should you have your levels tested before using it? I did not. I just based mine, and most people do, just based on symptom management. And so the thing with Progessence Plus is you need to start with just a couple of drops, but potentially work your way up until you get to that regulated level. Here's how I explain it. This is not scientific at all. I know you'd expect more coming from a nurse, but this is all you get. When I first started with Progessence Plus, I've now since come down on the number of drops, but starting out, when I would take 7 drops, I yelled at my kids more. When I took 8 or 9 drops, when I got up to that, they didn't bother me as much. So that was my gauge when I know my hormones are on edge and what I needed to do. So I did that for a while, and probably a couple of years. And then I gradually worked it down. And so now I'm only taking it 10 days a month at a certain time in my cycle. So it might be more than Roger wants to know, but anyway, it's super helpful. So the problem with it is that you can't dose it. So when, like, I went to an OBGYN and I showed it to her, she's like, well, that's great, but I don't know how much you're actually absorbing. And if they really wanted to get it the right dosage, then you might need to go to a compounding pharmacist or something. But for me, it was what worked, and you just go by symptoms. And how is the mama feeling today?
I know Kathy can't use it. She uses just like 1 or 2 drops and gets very lightheaded and dizzy with it.
Yeah.
So she
There's-
handed me her bottle of it and said, here.
Right.
You
So on the
can
flip
use it?
side, you can
Yeah.
have it. On the flip side, Clary Sage, so this is progesterone that Melody's talking about. Clary Sage really promotes estrogen. And oh, good. Roger gives us permission to talk. He says he has a wife and she wants to know. Good man, Roger. We all applaud you. Clary Sage really attracts estrogen, or I don't know exactly how to say it compliantly, but it's more estrogen. It has an estrogen affinity to it. Okay. I'm really sensitive to that. So I can't do the Clary Sage, but some people just soak it up. So, you got to know your body and just watch how you're feeling and watch your symptoms and know what works for you.
I know I use the Clary Sage for my seizure disorder.
Okay, there you go. It has so many uses.
If I feel that aura coming on, I'll just take a couple drops of Clary Sage. And
Wow.
the big toe is the brain. So I just put a couple drops in my hand and slap it on that big toe.
Wow.
And within 5 minutes, I'm fine.
That's so cool. We probably need to do a hormone class sometime and talk about all the different products that can help with hormones. I'm seeing some heads nod. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Suzanne.
Well, I'm going to tell my age, but I'm 67 and I use the Progestins Plus, just 4 drops on my forearm every morning.
Okay.
Now, my boys probably wish I had it when they were home, but I didn't know about oils then.
Right. There's grace, hopefully.
Right. So, and I think it's been good for me.
Okay, awesome. I love hearing these stories. Very cool. Thank you for that. Okay, who else wants to do a show and tell?
I'll go.
Lisa.
Okay. So this is not really my favorite product, my favorite oil, but I figured I've done peppermint so much, it's time to move on.
Expanding the horizon a little bit here.
Expanding my horizon. So tea tree oil was really what got me started looking at essential oils in the very, very beginning. I had a toenail fungus and my doctor told me to try tea tree oil. And I told her, I'm chemically sensitive. I don't think I can use that stuff, and she explained that it was an essential oil. It was different. So long story short, that's what got me started in essential oils. So I used it for toenail fungus back then and it worked. And I also, so the reason I'm talking about it tonight is because with the tea tree and the lavender, all winter, I just kind of let my feet go. I don't mess with them because, you're not wearing sandals. Nobody sees your feet. So when spring and summer gets here, I like my toes to look pretty. So I've been using my tea tree oil for that. And then also after the bottom of my feet get dry and cracked and stuff through the winter. So for the last week of a morning, I'll get up and I've got a body butter and I put the tea tree and then the lavender in with it. And I just rub that on the bottom of my feet after I take that little thing that, scrapes your skin. And the bottom of my feet just in a week from doing all that. And they're just smooth, like a baby's butt. I mean, it's crazy how fast it works. So,
Wow.
so I love it. I mean, I use it every year, usually in the spring. I get it out and start putting it on my feet and getting my feet cleaned up.
Well, we're glad you're getting your feet cleaned up, Lisa. And now we're all inspired to get ours cleaned up. Or am I just speaking for myself? I love it. That's so good. When they say that these oils have skin properties, skin healing, skin rejuvenating properties, sometimes we're like, yeah. But then when you see it work, even after 6.5 years, when I see something so simple actually work, yes, these things are so amazing.
Yep.
I love it. Very cool. Well, thank you, Lisa. We don't expect any pictures. We'll take your word for it, but
Yeah, you won't be getting any.
cool. Thank you for sharing. Okay, who else has a show and tell?
I got one.
Okay.
Lavender hand and body lotion.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I have to do with my arm is I have to wash my arm twice a day. And the doctor told me I could slather whatever lotions or whatever I wanted to on it. So when about once or twice a week, I'll put the Cellulite Magic on it. And then I put the Lavender hand and body lotion on it. This stuff is amazing. We all know lavender's good for everything, and that's why I like it. And it's Young Living, so how could I go wrong? But it also has lemon peel oil. It also has rosemary oil. It also has sandalwood, and it has vitamin E. And they say to put vitamin E on scars if you don't want to show a scar. And so I'm getting all of it. And so I'm using my lavender hand and body lotion twice a day on my arm when I wash it and do all that stuff.
I love it. And a little goes a long way with that
Yeah,
lotion.
It does.
Fun fact.
I usually
and-
get too much.
Right. An off-label use, I use the lavender hand and body lotion as a shave gel for my legs. And I figure not only is, really, it works really well as a shave cream, whatever you want to call it, for my legs, but then it's moisturizing my legs too. So I've used that for years and love it.
When you get older, you don't have to worry about that.
Good to know. I love it. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Jeannie. Okay, who else? Anybody else have a show and tell? Suzanne, oh, you were muted before. Or unmuted before. You're good. Nope. Let's see here. I can. There, I asked to unmute you. There you go.
There we go. Okay. Technology. Well, I have 3 products to talk about. This is Sulfurzyme, and I have BLM, bone, ligament, and muscle, and I have Agiles. Now, 2 years ago, I was told, and I'm not sure how compliant this is going to be, but that I was
It's your personal story.
It's my story. I was looking at grafting and reconstruction of my left hip because I had congenital hip dysplasia as a child. I had both hip joints replaced 32, almost 33 years ago now. 2 years ago, he said, it's coming apart. We're going to have to do grafting and reconstruction. I was blessed to undergo raindrop technique. I saw a change, canceled surgery. He said, okay, but if you need me, it's going to be 2 weeks before I can get you in if that breaks. I said, okay. And so these were the products I was using, plus Ninja Red. A year later, I went back. He was still agreeable with what I was doing. And since then, I've been back in January. And his statement when he came in after looking at the x-ray was remarkable. This is the answer to prayer. Somehow this has shifted back. He said, you are no longer a candidate for surgery.
Wow.
So he says, of course, never say never. And I said, I don't. But he said, keep doing what you're doing. In the last year since CBD came out, I've been using the cinnamon CBD also. So like I've told many people, I'm about 30 years behind the curveball with being my age and the state of those hip joints. But I have no pain. And that's what he couldn't realize 2 years ago. I said, I don't. If I have tightness or swelling, I get the Copiaba, drop that under my tongue, and that relieves that in less than 20 minutes. So they're great products. The only thing I can find, of course, BLM and Sulfurzyme both have the MSM in it, and that helps your body rebuild cartilage. The Agiles does not, but it has a lot of products for inflammation. It has frankincense. The other two don't have frankincense. It has turmeric in it. So for now, I'm taking all 3.
Well, and you're getting results with them. So if it ain't broke,
No, I'm not going to fix it.
that's life changing. you know, that's why we're so passionate about these products, is because it's literally changing people's lives, just like Suzanne said, avoiding hip surgery because of these supplements.
Yes.
So I have a question about those 3 supplements, Suzanne, because like I was taking all 3 of those, which I had surgery on this hand for arthritis. And see, I really thought that I wouldn't have to have surgery. And I was taking all 3 of those supplements. I was drinking the Ningxia. Now I still take the Sulfurzyme and the BLM. I don't take the Agilese any longer, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to start back because this hand is now getting as bad as this hand was. And I do not want to have surgery on this hand. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, so you just taking those 3 and the Copaiba and the
Cinnamon, CBD.
and
When
so
I
do
told
you have
him,
pain if you miss any of that, or
yes. So I almost ran out of Agilese. So I would have had I not cut back. Today,
Yeah.
my friend who orders Agilese brought me pills. She's like, I don't want you to be without, because but I could feel that in my neck, not in my hips yet.
yeah.
And but when I told him that I'd stopped the Celebrex over 2 years ago, he said that's good. So there's, you know, something, I mean, I know Celebrex is given prescription after prescription of those for an anti-inflammatory for arthritis, but the Agilese, this combination does the same thing.
So when he said you were no longer a candidate for the surgery, so does that mean that your cartilage or whatever was rebuilding?
It looks like it on the x-ray. The bone density, it's all shifted. He said it's shifted back. And I said, we serve an awesome God. And he said, we do. And he said, keep praying and stay strong, when he sent me those x-rays. And, you know, I know where he's at if I need him, but I still use my cane because that joint feels weak, but I don't have any pain. I haven't had pain. So it's amazing. I won't go without.
For someone, you said you were 67, to be able to say that your bones look better now than they did a couple of years ago, that's incredible.
Yes.
I love it. And you know, the combination that works for you might not work for Lisa. There might be a totally different underlying root cause, but hopefully there's something for everybody. What's that?
What it is. What is
I know.
Well, you know, I tried to cut back on the Agilese because I was running low and it was out of stock. And so I added more BLM, but it still didn't take the edge off like the Agilese did. It didn't have that anti-inflammatory in there.
Yeah, the
So-
Agilese worked for me for a long time, and then it just got where it didn't.
Mhm.
Maybe trying it back again, taking a break from something for a while and then bringing it back in.
Yeah.
Have you tried the cinnamon CBD?
Oh, yeah.
I take that twice a day. If I don't forget
Take
it.
it twice a day.
In the morning, I just take half a dropper in the morning and half at night.
Of 500 milliliter or 1,000.
500.
You take half a dropper of 500.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't used it on a consistent basis, which I was using peppermint. Is the cinnamon better for that?
Yes, cinnamon's supposed to be better for pain in general, the cinnamon CBD.
Cool. I love it. Anybody else have a show and tell that they wanted to share with us? Okay. I know it's late. This is going to take 30 seconds. We have a Young Living trivia. Okay. You have to guess which product I'm talking about. I don't have any prizes. It's just bragging rights to be able to know what I'm talking about. Okay. Fun fact about me. I am a skin loving sensation. Put me in your favorite lotions to amp the moisture and beauty quotient. And when your muscles have had enough at the end of the day, add me to Cool Azul for extra soothing. Who am I?
Panaway?
Panaway would be a good one, but no, that's not who this was. So this one is a lot of skin properties and muscle soothing. Hint,
Pepper.
not peppermint. It's one of the promo genie.
I was gonna say frankincense until you said the muscle thing.
It's in the promos this month. Does that help?
Promos are.
Blue Tansy
Oh,
is
yeah.
who I am. I know. Okay, let's do another one. You'll find me in some of your favorite Young Living products, including Ortho Sport, Ortho Ease, which is great because I'm awesome in a post-workout massage. I'll also add that I use this on my wool dryer balls. Who do you think I am?
Oh, I know, lemongrass.
Yay, lemongrass. Who knew lemongrass had so many muscle properties? Okay, last one. When you need to feel grounded and connected, like when you pray or meditate, my sweet woodsy aroma is just the thing. I'm also a skin superstar. I can help reduce the appearance of uneven skin tone. Do you know who I am?
Frankincense.
There you go, Melody. Jeannie, that would have been the one for frankincense. Fun. Okay, well, I've got more of those, but we'll save them for another time. Hope you all enjoyed tonight. Every single time we do like a show and tell and just chat, I learned so much from you all. So thanks for being on here. I'm going to post the recording because we shared some awesome things that I know other people are going to want to hear about as well. So feel free to share it once it's posted. Yes, Melody.
I was on the beauty school page today, and the $150 beauty school is still available. That is where you get the full size products.
Okay, so if you're interested in beauty school, I think they're doing it virtually right now. And
They're doing it virtually, and it's March 30th.
Okay, very cool. Very good. Well, thank you guys for being here this evening. We'll be in touch and we'll talk soon.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Night.